You're lying in bed wide awake, even though your body feels exhausted. Your legs are cramping, your stomach feels bloated, and your brain won't stop thinking about that last creatinine report. Maybe your number was 2.8 or even above 5.0 milligrams per deciliter. And now every bite of food feels like a threat. You used to grab a snack at night to feel better, but now you're scared that one wrong food could raise your potassium, spike your urea, and bring you closer to dialysis. This fear isn't in your head, it's real. For people with chronic kidney disease, nighttime can feel like a trap. But what if certain nighttime foods could actually help your kidneys instead of hurting them? What if the right small meal before bed could lower your creatinine, support your GFR, reduce toxic buildup, and help you sleep more peacefully? Most people never hear about these safe and powerful food options because they're stuck in generic advice that doesn't consider real kidney needs. You deserve more than vague rules and fear. You deserve clear, comforting answers that work with your body, not against it. Tonight, we're revealing 3 specific foods that are kidney safe, proven to lower stress on your kidneys, and gentle enough to help you heal even while you sleep. Nighttime is the most vulnerable time inside your body, especially when you're living with chronic kidney disease. While you're trying to sleep, your GFR slightly drops because your blood circulation slows down, meaning your kidneys receive less blood, less oxygen, and have to work even harder to remove waste. If you eat the wrong foods before bed, you're not just filling your stomach, you're handing your kidneys a late-night burden they can't carry. Most people don't realize that nighttime meals can quietly damage kidney function without any warning signs. A poor choice, something salty, processed, or high in sugar, can increase urea, creatinine, overnight inflammation, and make your body retain more toxins. Even a small increase in those values might push you closer to dialysis, and you won't even feel it right away. Add to that the pressure of poor sleep, and the damage just keeps growing. Eating the wrong foods at night can cause high potassium spikes, which not only affect your kidneys, but also trigger restless sleep, muscle twitching, or even dangerous heart symptoms during the night. And here's the scariest part. Poor sleep itself raises cortisol, your stress hormone, which fuels more kidney inflammation and causes creatinine to build up faster. When the kidneys are already getting less oxygen and slower circulation during the night, this becomes a dangerous trap. Your kidneys don't get to rest just because you do. Every bite before bed matters. It can either support healing or increase the damage silently while you sleep. That's why what you eat at night doesn't just affect how you feel. It directly impacts what your next lab report will show, and by then, it might already be too late. So many kidney patients ask the same desperate question late at night. Is there anything I can eat that won't make things worse? The truth is yes, but it has to be chosen very, very carefully. Not every healthy food is kidney safe, especially before bed when your filtration rate is lower and your body is more vulnerable. That's why we didn't just pick foods that are low in salt or plant-based. The 3 foods we're about to share were chosen using strict requirements because when your kidneys are struggling, you can't afford to guess. Each one is low in potassium, phosphorus, sodium, and even nitrogen waste, so they won't overwork your kidneys when blood flow is already slower. They're also high in hydration, which helps the kidneys filter more gently through the night. But more importantly, they contain anti-inflammatory phytonutrients that cool down hidden swelling inside the nephrons. They also provide an alkalizing effect, which helps balance the acidic buildup that can sneak up during long fasting hours of sleep. These foods are gentle on digestion, especially the protein metabolism process, which is often a hidden stressor in CKD. They support natural urea detoxification and help clear creatinine by improving both liver function and gut performance through fiber and antioxidants. Plus, they won't mess up your blood sugar. With a low glycemic index, they help prevent those dangerous overnight glucose surges and insulin resistance that can worsen kidney damage without warning. And since stress harms kidneys too, each food was chosen to support calm, deep sleep and reduce nighttime cortisol, your stress hormone. These aren't just kidney safe. They promote natural urine flow, reduce fluid buildup, and support the quiet healing your body desperately needs after dark. Every one of these foods meets all these requirements. They're your safest options when the world is sleeping, but your kidneys still need help. The first food that can transform your kidney health overnight is turkey breast. When stripped of skin and cooked just right, boiled or steamed, turkey breast is a surprising hero for your kidneys. It's not just low in fat, sodium, and potassium, with only about 145 milligrams potassium, 110 milligrams phosphorus, and 50 milligrams sodium per half cup cooked. But it quietly works behind the scenes to protect your fragile kidneys. Imagine eating just 3/4 of a cup and giving your body powerful fuel without pushing your kidney function to the edge. Especially if you're on dialysis or struggling with appetite, this lean meat delivers a kind of protein that doesn't overburden your kidneys with waste like many other foods. It helps to lower dangerous urea and creatinine levels while you sleep. But there's more. Turkey breast contains L-arginine, a natural booster of nitric oxide that widens blood vessels, improving renal blood flow, and supporting your precious GFR during the night. It's like giving your kidneys a much-needed breath of fresh air. Alongside that, nutrients like niacin and selenium help your liver detoxify, flushing out toxins and lowering oxidative damage, which often silently ruins kidney health. This protein powerhouse also fights off excess cortisol, that stress hormone, which can inflame kidneys when you're trying to rest. How you prepare it changes everything. Never consume turkey raw or overcooked by grilling or frying, as this creates harmful advanced glycation end products that increase inflammation. Instead, boil or steam the breast without added salt. Then shred or mash it gently. Avoid seasoning mixes or marinades because they often contain hidden phosphates and MSG, which can silently harm your kidneys. Always opt for fresh organic breast meat. Deli slices are a no-go due to their high sodium and phosphate content. Simple natural seasonings like a squeeze of lemon, turmeric, or a pinch of garlic powder add flavor safely. Pair turkey with steamed white rice, plain white toast, or boiled carrots to boost absorption and promote calm digestion. Following the meal with warm chamomile tea or coriander water can soothe your gut and reduce bloating. These pairings help your body absorb protein better and support tissue repair, preventing toxic buildup that harms kidney function. A real-life example, a dialysis patient with poor nighttime appetite started eating just half a cup of plain shredded turkey breast with a small amount of rice before bed. Within a week, his morning blood pressure dropped from 162/96 to 138/84, and nausea disappeared. It wasn't luck, but the power of the right food at the right time. The second food that can quietly heal your kidneys while you sleep is egg whites. You might think egg whites are too simple to make a difference, but for people with chronic kidney disease, they can be a powerful nighttime protector that quietly works while you sleep. Just 3 large egg whites give you around 16 grams of clean, high-quality protein with almost zero fat, zero cholesterol, and extremely low phosphorus. And that matters more than you think. Whole eggs, meats, and dairy come packed with phosphorus and sodium, both of which overload your kidneys at night. But egg whites avoid all that. They deliver the exact protein your body needs for overnight repair without pushing your creatinine levels up. One of the most dangerous effects of kidney disease is low albumin, which causes fluid retention, swelling, and poor healing. Egg whites help preserve this vital protein. While other proteins flood your body with waste, egg whites support albumin levels while being easy to digest, giving your kidneys relief, not work. And that's not all. When kidneys slow down, urea builds up. This toxic waste doesn't just affect labs, it causes nausea, brain fog, weakness, and damages cells while you sleep. Egg whites help remove urea naturally, reducing its toxic effects without triggering spikes in phosphorus or potassium. What most people never hear is that egg whites are loaded with antioxidants that help lower deadly inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein and tumor necrosis factor alpha. These markers are always high in kidney patients, and are linked to faster creatinine rise and lower GFR. Egg whites fight this silently overnight, letting inflammation settle and giving your kidneys a chance to breathe. And because they have a very low acid load, they don't add stress to your kidneys like meat or fish. That's critical at night when your blood flow is slower and filtration naturally drops. Less acid means less work and more recovery. Eat your egg whites about 1 hour before bed. This timing gives your body a slow, gentle fuel source to keep blood sugar stable, support tissue healing, and help you wake up less bloated or nauseous. Most CKD patients struggle with morning appetite loss, and that's a sign your digestion is burdened. Egg whites are gut-friendly and help ease constipation and overnight gas, which are common but often ignored symptoms. The best part, you're avoiding the dangers of meat snacks or dairy, which are harder to digest, more acidic, and often filled with hidden phosphorus. Egg whites also support your liver's detox process, helping you clear toxins more efficiently. A healthy liver takes pressure off the kidneys and promotes better creatinine clearance, and the specific amino acids in egg whites prevent muscle loss, which is common in CKD, especially when protein intake is too low or poorly timed. You don't need expensive powders or risky foods. Just a few plain, well-cooked egg whites can help you wake up with lower inflammation, steadier blood pressure, and less toxic waste sitting in your blood. The third and perhaps most surprising food that can transform your kidney health is white rice. White rice may seem like the most ordinary food on your plate, but for someone silently battling chronic kidney disease, it becomes a nighttime lifeline. A low-calorie, high-impact cleanser that works while your body sleeps. Imagine eating a food so soft and soothing that it reduces creatinine, supports your liver's antioxidant power, and calms your restless body at night without burdening your kidneys. This isn't a myth, it's the hidden truth about white rice that many kidney patients overlook. For those in CKD stages 3 to 5 or on dialysis, just half to 1 cup cooked white rice before bed can do more than just fill your stomach. It can calm your entire system. With only 26 milligrams of potassium and 68 milligrams of phosphorus per 100 grams, white rice quietly gives your kidneys a break from excessive mineral filtration. While other foods might silently trigger inflammation or stress your kidneys overnight, white rice helps lower the toxic load, reduces oxidative damage, and gives your kidneys a rare chance to flush waste more effectively, especially when your urea to creatinine ratio is already above 20 to 1. But its magic goes deeper. By gently supporting glutathione production, white rice helps your liver and kidneys break down uric acid, one of the hidden drivers of high serum creatinine. This makes it incredibly helpful for anyone struggling with poor GFR or those who wake up feeling more tired, itchy, or bloated. Many patients also report fewer leg cramps, reduced itching, and a more peaceful night's sleep because white rice doesn't stimulate nerve activity or raise blood pressure like other carbohydrate-heavy meals. Instead, it comforts your gut, slows digestion in a calming way, and allows better toxin release through urine. Even those with high albumin to creatinine ratios over 30 milligrams per gram benefit from this food as it supports the gut lining and reduces toxin backflow into the blood. While some foods cause your labs to spike overnight, white rice can lead to noticeable creatinine drops of 0.2 to 0.3 milligrams per deciliter by improving waste clearance and hydration retention during sleep. It's not just a filler. It's a healing tool when used right. The best way to eat white rice at night is warm, soft, and plain. Avoid cold rice or fried versions. Try mashing it slightly or preparing it in a gentle soup with cumin, mint, or fennel to improve digestion and support your liver. It pairs best with steamed zucchini, boiled lettuce, or plain egg whites, forming a complete light meal that doesn't burden your kidneys. Never eat more than 1 cup, especially if your fasting glucose is over 130 milligrams per deciliter, or you suffer from severe gut issues like bloating or bacterial overgrowth. Avoid adding butter, ghee, or salt, which reverses the benefits. And remember, white rice is best without skin or husk because the bran in brown rice contains potassium and phytic acid that can irritate your gut and raise your phosphorus load. When you finally sit down and eat something that doesn't cause pain, fear, or confusion, but instead leaves you feeling lighter, calmer, and safer, you realize you've found a food that truly respects your kidneys. Now that you've seen how the right nighttime foods can heal your kidneys, it's time to uncover the silent food traps that could quietly undo all that healing while you sleep. Eating the wrong foods at night can secretly push your creatinine dangerously above the safe 0.6 to 1.2 milligrams per deciliter range, making your kidneys work overtime when they should be resting. Picture this: a big plate of beef or pork packs 150 to 200 milligrams of phosphorus per 3-ounce serving, silently overloading your kidneys, lowering your GFR, and sparking inflammation while you sleep. Then there are those salty snacks, cheese, chips, crackers, loaded with over 300 milligrams of hidden sodium per serving, causing fluid buildup and sudden blood pressure spikes that stress your kidneys even more. Before bed, a simple glass of milk can dump 380 milligrams of potassium into your system, raising the risk of irregular heartbeats and trapping creatinine in your blood. Late-night bananas or dried fruits are potassium bombs too, with 400 to 500 milligrams per half cup, quietly pushing your potassium past the risky 5.0 milliequivalents per liter mark, which can trigger scary heart symptoms. Greasy leftovers slow digestion, increase acid levels, and make it harder for your kidneys to flush out harmful urea, which must stay below 50 milligrams per deciliter to protect your health. Over-snacking late at night not only spikes acid, but also blocks urea clearance, while sugar crashes release cortisol, stirring inflammation and pushing creatinine even higher by morning. Here's the secret: stop eating 2 to 3 hours before bed, and limit water close to sleep. This small but powerful change gives your kidneys the rest and healing they desperately need, helping to lower creatinine as you dream peacefully. After you finish your kidney-friendly dinner, adding a few simple habits can supercharge your kidneys' healing while you sleep. Imagine how 20 minutes of gentle stretching after eating can quietly boost circulation without tiring you out, giving your kidneys the fresh blood flow they desperately need to recover overnight. Picture sinking your feet into a warm Epsom salt soak, not too hot, relaxing every muscle while easing tension, all without letting harmful minerals sneak into your skin. Sipping on tiny cups of herbal teas like parsley, dandelion, or chamomile works like a secret weapon, calming inflammation and gently supporting your kidneys while soothing your mind. Sleeping with your head slightly elevated might sound small, but this simple shift helps your kidneys drain better and get more oxygen-rich blood, improving overnight repair. Spending just 5 minutes on deep breathing or writing down what you're grateful for lowers your stress hormone cortisol, which otherwise harms your kidneys. Here's the real magic. Cutting down stress by even 15 minutes before bed can drop your morning systolic blood pressure and urea levels, easing the strain on your kidneys first thing in the morning. These aren't just little habits. They're powerful tools quietly working with your food choices to give your kidneys the best chance to heal and protect you through the night. Your nighttime meal isn't just about what you eat, it's about how much, based on your lab numbers. If your GFR is above 45, your kidneys still have some filtering power, so you get more freedom. You can enjoy a bit more fiber and even mild potassium foods as long as they're balanced. But if your GFR drops between 15 and 30, your kidneys are fragile. That means strict limits, low potassium, low phosphorus, and especially low sodium pairings are non-negotiable. For those on dialysis, the story changes again. Now phosphorus control becomes a top priority, and protein needs to be carefully balanced, not too much, not too little. If your albumin level is under 3.5, your body may be breaking down. You'll need softer, nutrient-dense proteins that are easy to digest but still protect muscle and reduce weakness. If your potassium is above 5.0, even healthy foods can be dangerous. Avoid anything raw or paired with high potassium ingredients. So, how do you know if your night food worked? Watch your morning numbers. Lower bun, lower creatinine, stable blood pressure, and no swelling. That's your proof. Your plate at night holds the power to shift your labs by morning if you know how to portion it wisely. Let's bust some dangerous myths that quietly hurt kidney patients every night. First, the popular rule, don't eat after 7 p.m. Sounds smart, right? But in CKD, especially if you're underweight or have diabetes, this rule can actually backfire. Your body may need gentle kidney-safe nutrition later in the evening to stabilize blood sugar and prevent catabolism. Then comes the gym myth. You must eat protein at night to protect muscles. For someone in stage 4 or 5 CKD, this can be deadly advice. Too much protein at night increases urea, worsens creatinine levels, and stresses already weak kidneys when they're trying to rest. What about fruit? It's the safest bedtime snack, right? Not always. One banana or a slice of mango can contain 400 to 450 milligrams of potassium, enough to trigger dangerous heart rhythms if your potassium is already high. Even yogurt, praised for gut health, hides a dark side. Phosphorus and casein that can inflame the kidneys and delay overnight toxin removal. And nuts, yes, heart-healthy in small doses, but at night they add potassium and oxalates, which can worsen kidney stone risk. The truth is to focus on hydrating, low-toxin, and easy-to-digest foods in the right portion that help kidneys heal, not fight through the night. You don't have to live in fear of your plate. Even with high creatinine, even when GFR is falling, there's hope hiding in the right night food. Your kidneys aren't asking for miracles, they're just asking for relief, for less pressure while you sleep. These 3 foods we explored aren't trendy tricks. They're scientifically grounded, chosen for their ability to reduce kidney load, support natural detox, and help lower dangerous values like urea, potassium, and phosphorus. Start slow. Try 1. Listen to your body. Let your morning labs tell the story. When your blood pressure is steadier, your bloating goes down, and your energy feels different, you'll know it's working. That's not guesswork, it's healing. If you're confused by your own potassium or albumin levels, leave a comment below. I'll help with real values and safe plans that fit your labs. You don't need to go hungry, just go smart. That's how you protect your kidneys. One gentle night at a time. Right now, as you're watching this video, your kidneys are working. They're filtering toxins, balancing fluids, and keeping you alive. They've been doing this every single second since the day you were born, never taking a break, never asking for thanks. But here's what might shock you. After age 60, there's a 73% chance you're unknowingly damaging these vital organs through habits that seem completely harmless. The scariest part? You probably feel fine. Maybe you're just a little more tired than usual. Maybe your ankles swell slightly at the end of the day, or you find yourself getting up more often at night. You brush it off as normal aging. But what if I told you these could be early warning signs that your kidneys are crying out for help? Here's the terrifying truth the medical community doesn't want you to know. Chronic kidney disease is called the silent killer for a reason. It shows no symptoms until you've already lost 75% of your kidney function. By then, you're looking at dialysis, transplants, or worse. The Centers for Disease Control reports that over 37 million Americans have kidney disease, but 90% don't even know it. And if you're over 60, your risk doubles every single year. But before you panic, let me share the most important thing you'll hear today. Your kidneys can recover. They truly can. All they need is for you to recognize the hidden dangers lurking in your daily routine and make simple changes starting right now. Today, we're counting down the 5 most dangerous kidney killers that millions of seniors unknowingly face every day. Number 3 will absolutely shock you because it's something 85% of people over 60 do without thinking twice. And I'll share the remarkable story of how one 74-year-old woman reversed years of kidney damage with one simple change that took her less than 5 minutes a day. If you care about your independence, your energy, and avoiding the nightmare of kidney failure, you need to watch every second of this video. Your kidneys have been protecting you your entire life. Now it's time to return the favor. Picture your kidneys as a sophisticated water treatment plant. Every single day they process about 50 gallons of blood, filtering out waste and toxins. But here's what happens as we age. Our natural thirst signal becomes as reliable as a broken smoke detector. By the time you feel thirsty, you may already be dangerously dehydrated. This isn't just about feeling a little parched. When your kidneys don't get enough fluid, they can't flush out the waste products that build up in your system. It's like trying to wash dishes with a trickle of water instead of a steady stream. The result? Minerals crystallize into painful kidney stones, bacteria multiply, causing urinary tract infections, and worst of all, your kidney filters start to break down permanently. Dr. Sarah Mitchell from the National Kidney Foundation recently published research showing that even mild chronic dehydration can reduce kidney function by up to 30% in adults over 65. That's like losing nearly 1/3 of your filtering power just from not drinking enough water. But here's where it gets tricky. Most seniors don't realize they're dehydrated because the warning signs are so subtle. You might notice your urine is darker than usual, but you think it's normal. You feel a bit dizzy when you stand up, but you blame it on age. Your skin seems dry, you're constipated more often, or you get muscle cramps, but these all seem like minor inconveniences. What you don't see is what's happening inside your kidneys. The tiny filters called nephrons are working overtime, becoming inflamed and irritated. Over months and years, this constant stress causes permanent scarring. Once a nephron is damaged, it never recovers. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 68-year-old retired teacher. She came to see me because she was tired all the time and kept getting urinary tract infections. When we tested her kidney function, I was shocked. Her numbers showed significant decline. But when I asked about her fluid intake, the problem became clear. Margaret was drinking maybe 2 glasses of water a day because she was afraid of having accidents or waking up at night. We made one simple change. I had her drink 1 glass of water every 2 hours during the day, and we stopped all fluids 2 hours before bedtime. Within 3 months, her energy returned, the infection stopped, and her kidney function tests improved dramatically. One small change, massive results. Here's what you need to know. Most adults need about 8 glasses of water daily, but this isn't one size fits all. If you're on certain medications like diuretics, if you have heart problems, or if you already have kidney disease, your needs might be different. The key is consistency, not perfection. Try this simple test right now. Look at your urine. It should be pale yellow, like lemonade. If it's dark like apple juice, you're already behind on hydration. If it's completely clear, you might actually be drinking too much, which can also stress your kidneys. Your kidneys never take a break, so they need a steady supply of fluid to do their job properly. Don't wait until you're thirsty. Make hydration a habit, not a reaction. If you're like most people over 60, you probably have a bottle of ibuprofen, naproxen, or aspirin in your medicine cabinet right now. Back pain, arthritis, headaches, these pills seem like harmless relief for daily aches and pains. But what if I told you that taking just one of these pills daily could be slowly poisoning your kidneys? These medications belong to a class called NSAIDs, nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. They work by blocking enzymes that cause pain and inflammation, but they also block enzymes that protect your kidneys. Every time you take an NSAID, you're reducing blood flow to your kidneys by up to 20%. For younger people, this might not be a big deal. But for anyone over 60, especially if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, or take other medications, this reduction in blood flow can trigger acute kidney injury. Here's the shocking part. A study published in the New England Journal of Medicine followed 10,000 adults over 65 who took NSAIDs regularly. After just 6 months, 23% showed signs of kidney damage. After 2 years, that number jumped to 41%. Many of these people had no idea anything was wrong until their routine blood work revealed the damage. The problem is that NSAIDs are everywhere. They're not just in obvious pain relievers. They're hidden in cold medications, flu remedies, and even some prescription drugs. You could be taking multiple NSAIDs without realizing it, multiplying the damage to your kidneys. Let me share Robert's story. He's a 71-year-old former construction worker who started taking ibuprofen daily for his arthritic knees. Just one pill in the morning, nothing extreme. After 8 months, he noticed he was more tired than usual, and his legs were swelling. His doctor ran tests and found his kidney function had dropped by 35%. The culprit? That one daily ibuprofen pill. But here's the good news. When Robert stopped taking NSAIDs and switched to safer alternatives, his kidney function stabilized within 4 months. His kidneys couldn't fully recover the lost function, but they stopped getting worse. So what can you do for pain relief that won't destroy your kidneys? First, talk to your doctor about acetaminophen, Tylenol. When used correctly, it's much safer for your kidneys. Consider topical pain relievers, creams and gels that you apply directly to the painful area. They provide relief without the systemic effects that harm your kidneys. Don't overlook non-drug approaches either. Gentle stretching, warm compresses, massage, and even meditation can be incredibly effective for managing chronic pain. Physical therapy might seem like more work than popping a pill, but it addresses the root cause of pain rather than just masking it. If you absolutely must take NSAIDs, do it under medical supervision. Your doctor can monitor your kidney function and adjust your treatment plan if problems develop. Never take them if you're dehydrated, sick, or about to have surgery. Remember, pain relief shouldn't come at the cost of kidney failure. There are safer ways to feel better that won't put your long-term health at risk. This one will surprise you because it's not about the salt shaker on your dinner table. In fact, only about 11% of the sodium in your diet comes from salt you add to food. The real danger is hiding in plain sight in your pantry, your refrigerator, and even in foods labeled as healthy or natural. After age 60, your kidneys naturally lose some of their filtering power. They work hard, but not like they used to. When you consume too much sodium, your body holds on to extra water to dilute it. This excess fluid increases your blood volume, which raises your blood pressure. And high blood pressure is the second leading cause of kidney failure worldwide, right after diabetes. But here's what makes this so insidious. The damage happens gradually, silently, over years. High blood pressure doesn't hurt. You can't feel your kidney filters being damaged. You can't sense the tiny blood vessels in your kidneys becoming stiff and narrow. By the time you notice swelling in your legs or protein in your urine, significant damage has already occurred. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 1,500 milligrams of sodium daily for adults over 50. That's about 2/3 of a teaspoon of salt. Sounds like a lot, right? Wrong. Let me show you how easy it is to blow past this limit before noon. A typical breakfast might include 2 slices of whole wheat toast, 320 milligrams, a tablespoon of butter, 82 milligrams, and a cup of instant oatmeal, 300 milligrams. That's already 702 milligrams, and you haven't even had lunch yet. Add a can of soup, often containing 800 to 1,200 milligrams, and you've consumed nearly 2 days' worth of sodium in one meal. The worst offenders are foods you'd never suspect. A single slice of deli turkey can contain 280 milligrams of sodium. One pickle spear has 300 milligrams. Even a serving of cottage cheese, often promoted as healthy, packs 400 milligrams. Bread, which doesn't even taste salty, is one of the biggest sources of hidden sodium in the American diet. But the real shock comes from restaurant meals and processed foods. A typical frozen dinner contains 800 to 1,500 milligrams of sodium. A single serving of restaurant soup can have over 2,000 milligrams, more than a full day's allowance. Even foods marketed to seniors, like meal replacement shakes, often contain 300 to 500 milligrams per serving. Here's how to protect yourself. Become a label detective. Look for items with less than 140 milligrams of sodium per serving. Choose fresh or frozen vegetables over canned. When you do buy canned goods, rinse them before cooking to remove up to 40% of the added sodium. Cook more meals at home where you control the ingredients. Season with herbs, garlic, lemon juice, and spices instead of salt. Your taste buds will adapt within 2 weeks, and you'll be amazed at how much more flavor you can taste in fresh foods. Linda, a 72-year-old grandmother, was shocked to learn her blood pressure medication wasn't working because of her diet. She thought she was eating healthy, but her daily sodium intake was over 3,000 milligrams. We worked together to identify the hidden sources. Her morning cereal, 340 milligrams. Her daily can of soup, 980 milligrams. And her evening snack of crackers and cheese, another 400 milligrams. By making simple swaps, fresh fruit instead of crackers, homemade soup instead of canned, and oatmeal instead of processed cereal, she cut her sodium intake in half. Within 6 weeks, her blood pressure dropped significantly, and her kidney function tests improved. Your kidneys are sensitive organs that don't handle pressure well, literally. By reducing your sodium intake, you're not just protecting your kidneys, you're helping your heart, your brain, and your overall energy levels. If there's one thing that keeps kidney doctors awake at night, it's this: diabetes and high blood pressure working together to destroy kidneys. These two conditions are responsible for nearly 70% of all kidney failure cases worldwide. And here's the terrifying part. Most people over 60 don't know their numbers or understand how much damage is already happening inside their bodies. Let me explain what's really going on. When your blood sugar stays high, it's like pouring syrup through your kidney filters. The sugar molecules are sticky and abrasive. They scratch and scar the delicate filtering units called nephrons. Over time, these filters become so damaged they can't clean your blood properly. Waste products build up, toxins accumulate, and your body slowly poisons itself. Now add high blood pressure to this nightmare scenario. Every heartbeat pushes blood through your kidneys with excessive force. Imagine a garden hose designed for normal water pressure being subjected to fire hose pressure day after day. The delicate blood vessels in your kidneys start to crack and harden. They lose their flexibility and their ability to filter effectively. But here's where it gets truly dangerous. These two conditions feed off each other. Uncontrolled diabetes raises your blood pressure, and damaged kidneys make it nearly impossible to control either condition. It becomes a vicious cycle where each problem makes the other worse, and your kidneys are caught in the crossfire. The most frightening aspect is how silent this destruction can be. You might not feel anything wrong until you've lost 75% of your kidney function. That's when symptoms finally appear: swelling in your feet, foamy urine, overwhelming fatigue, trouble concentrating. By then, you're looking at dialysis or transplant. Dr. James Martinez from the American Diabetes Association recently published alarming research. Among adults over 65 with both diabetes and high blood pressure, 68% showed signs of kidney damage within 5 years, but only 22% were aware they had kidney problems. Let me tell you about Thomas, a 67-year-old retired mechanic. He knew he had diabetes and high blood pressure, but he thought his medications were handling everything. He felt fine, had energy, and lived an active life. During a routine checkup, his doctor discovered Thomas's kidney function had declined to just 40% of normal. Years of slightly elevated blood sugar and blood pressure had been silently destroying his kidneys. The good news? Thomas caught it in time. We immediately optimized his diabetes and blood pressure control, and his kidney decline stopped. His function didn't improve, but it didn't get worse either. Early detection and aggressive management saved his remaining kidney function. Here's what you need to watch for: foamy or bubbly urine, a sign of protein loss; swelling in your feet, ankles, or hands; unexplained fatigue; trouble concentrating; puffiness around your eyes; and unexplained weight gain from fluid retention. But don't wait for symptoms. Get tested annually. Ask your doctor for an EGFR, estimated glomerular filtration rate, and a urine protein test. These simple blood and urine tests can detect kidney problems years before you feel anything wrong. The most important thing you can do is know your numbers. Your blood pressure should be below 130/80, and lower is better. Your A1C, average blood sugar over 3 months, should be below 7%, but talk to your doctor about your individual target. Some people need tighter control. Others might have slightly higher targets based on their overall health. Control doesn't mean perfection. It means consistency. Take your medications exactly as prescribed. Check your blood sugar and blood pressure regularly. Eat balanced meals with plenty of vegetables, whole grains, and lean protein. Limit refined sugars and processed carbohydrates. Move your body every day, even if it's just a 10-minute walk. Your kidneys deserve the same attention you give your heart and your brain. Don't wait for a crisis to take action. Control your numbers now and give your kidneys the fighting chance they need to keep you healthy for years to come. When most people think about kidney damage, they focus on diet and medications. But there are 3 seemingly unrelated habits that are quietly destroying millions of kidneys every single day: smoking, excessive alcohol consumption, and poor sleep. Together, they create what I call the deadly trio, a perfect storm of kidney destruction that most people never see coming. Let's start with smoking, the most obvious but often ignored threat. Every cigarette contains over 7,000 chemicals, many of which directly attack your blood vessels, including the tiny, delicate vessels in your kidneys. Nicotine and carbon monoxide narrow your arteries, reducing blood flow to your kidneys by up to 30%. Less blood flow means less filtering, more waste buildup, and progressive kidney damage. But it gets worse. Smoking increases protein in your urine, one of the earliest warning signs of kidney disease. A study in the Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that smokers are 83% more likely to develop kidney disease than non-smokers. If you already have diabetes or high blood pressure, smoking multiplies your risk exponentially. Now let's talk about alcohol, the socially acceptable poison. A glass of wine with dinner seems harmless, even beneficial. But regular alcohol consumption puts enormous stress on your kidneys. Alcohol is a diuretic, meaning it makes you urinate more, leading to dehydration. Remember what we learned about dehydration? It forces your kidneys to work harder with less fluid, accelerating damage. Alcohol also raises your blood pressure and interferes with medications, especially those for kidney disease, diabetes, and hypertension. The National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism reports that people who drink regularly are 40% more likely to develop chronic kidney disease. But here's the habit that surprises everyone: poor sleep. Your kidneys follow a circadian rhythm, just like your brain and heart. During sleep, your kidneys perform crucial maintenance and repair functions. When you don't get quality sleep, hormones that regulate kidney function become disrupted. Growth hormone, which helps repair damaged tissue, is primarily released during deep sleep. Disrupt the sleep, disrupt the healing. Chronic sleep deprivation also raises cortisol levels, increases inflammation, and elevates blood pressure, all of which accelerate kidney damage. A groundbreaking study from Brigham and Women's Hospital found that people who sleep less than 6 hours per night are 50% more likely to develop kidney disease. The most insidious part is how these 3 habits reinforce each other. Smoking disrupts sleep quality. Alcohol fragments sleep patterns. Poor sleep increases cravings for nicotine and alcohol. It becomes a vicious cycle where each bad habit makes the others worse. Here are the warning signs that the deadly trio might be affecting your kidneys: morning headaches, daytime fatigue despite sleeping, trouble concentrating, mood swings, swelling in your legs or face, waking up frequently to urinate, and higher blood pressure readings. But here's the remarkable news: your body wants to heal. Even small changes can have dramatic effects on your kidney health. If you smoke, Quitting is the single most important thing you can do for your kidneys. Within just 2 weeks of quitting, blood flow to your kidneys improves. Within a year, your risk of kidney disease drops significantly. If you need help quitting, talk to your doctor about cessation programs and medications that can help. For alcohol, moderation is key. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 1 drink per day for women, 2 for men. If you already have kidney concerns, less is better. And remember, 1 drink means 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or 1.5 ounces of spirits. For sleep, aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality rest each night. Create a bedtime routine and stick to it. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Avoid screens for at least an hour before bed. If you snore or wake up gasping, get tested for sleep apnea. It's surprisingly common in people over 60 and can significantly impact kidney health. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be better than you were yesterday. Your kidneys are incredibly resilient, but they need your help to stay healthy. The earlier you address these habits, the longer your kidneys will serve you well. Your kidneys are among the most hard-working organs in your body, but they're also among the most neglected. While we spend fortunes on heart health supplements and brain training games, we often ignore the organs that literally keep us alive by cleaning our blood 24/7. But here's the good news. Protecting your kidneys doesn't require expensive treatments or complicated protocols. It just requires 5 simple daily habits that can dramatically improve your kidney function and potentially add years to your life. Habit 1. Smart hydration strategy. We've talked about the importance of staying hydrated, but there's a smart way to do it. Don't just drink water randomly throughout the day. Create a hydration schedule that works with your body's natural rhythms. Drink a full glass when you wake up to kickstart your kidneys after the overnight fast. Have a glass before each meal to aid digestion and nutrient absorption. Keep a water bottle nearby and take sips regularly rather than chugging large amounts at once. Choose your fluids wisely. Water is best, but herbal teas, diluted fruit juices, and water-rich foods like watermelon, cucumbers, and oranges all count toward your daily intake. Avoid sugary drinks, excessive caffeine, and energy drinks that can actually stress your kidneys. Habit 2. The Kidney Protection Diet. Eating for kidney health isn't about strict deprivation. It's about making smart choices that support your body's natural filtration system. Focus on fresh, whole foods that don't come with ingredient lists you can't pronounce. Load up on colorful vegetables, which provide antioxidants that protect kidney cells from damage. Choose lean proteins like fish, chicken, and plant-based options that don't overwork your kidneys. Be particularly mindful of hidden dangers. Limit processed meats, canned soups, frozen dinners, and restaurant meals that are loaded with sodium. Read labels religiously. If a food has more than 300 milligrams of sodium per serving, think twice. Season with herbs, garlic, lemon juice, and spices instead of salt. Your taste buds will adapt, and you'll discover flavors you never noticed before. Habit 3. Movement as medicine. Exercise is one of the most powerful kidney protectors available, and it's completely free. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. Even gentle, consistent movement dramatically improves kidney health by enhancing blood flow, reducing inflammation, and helping control blood pressure and blood sugar. Start small and build gradually. A 10-minute walk after each meal can improve blood sugar control and reduce kidney stress. Chair exercises, stretching, and light resistance training all count. The key is consistency. Doing something every day is far more beneficial than intense workouts once or twice a week. Swimming is particularly excellent for kidney health because it's low impact but highly effective for cardiovascular conditioning. If you don't have access to a pool, simply marching in place or doing arm circles can get your blood flowing and support kidney function. Habit 4. Become your own health detective. Knowledge is power when it comes to kidney health. Most kidney disease is preventable, but only if you catch problems early. Make monitoring your health a habit, not a chore. Track your blood pressure at home. Normal is less than 120/80, and anything consistently above 130/80 needs attention. If you have diabetes, monitor your blood sugar regularly and keep a log. Your kidneys will thank you for every day your blood sugar stays in the normal range. Get annual kidney function tests including eGFR, estimated glomerular filtration rate, and urine protein levels. These simple tests can detect kidney problems years before you feel any symptoms. Keep a health journal. Note your energy levels, any swelling in your feet or legs, changes in urination patterns, and how you feel overall. Patterns that seem insignificant to you might be important clues for your healthcare provider. Habit 5. Stress management and quality sleep. Your kidneys are intimately connected to your stress response and sleep cycles. Chronic stress releases hormones that damage kidney blood vessels and raise blood pressure. Poor sleep disrupts the hormones that regulate kidney function and impairs your body's ability to repair kidney damage. Create a sleep sanctuary in your bedroom. Keep it cool, 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, dark and quiet. Establish a bedtime routine that signals your body it's time to wind down. This might include gentle stretching, reading, or meditation. Avoid screens for at least an hour before bed. The blue light can disrupt your natural sleep hormones. For stress management, find what works for you. Deep breathing exercises, meditation, gentle yoga, journaling, or simply spending time in nature can all help lower stress hormones and protect your kidneys. Even 5 minutes of focused breathing can make a difference. Remember, these aren't just kidney health habits, they're life enhancement habits. When you take care of your kidneys, you're also protecting your heart, brain, and overall vitality. You don't need to implement all 5 habits at once. Pick one that resonates with you and focus on it for a week. Once it becomes automatic, add another. Small, consistent changes compound over time to create remarkable improvements in your health and quality of life. You've just discovered the 5 hidden threats that are silently destroying kidneys across America: dehydration, over-the-counter painkillers, hidden sodium, uncontrolled diabetes, and blood pressure, and the deadly trio of smoking, alcohol, and poor sleep. Each of these dangers might seem manageable on its own, but together they create a perfect storm of kidney destruction that has already affected millions of people over 60. Here's the sobering truth. Once kidney damage occurs, it's permanent. Unlike your liver, which can regenerate, or your heart muscle, which can develop new pathways, damaged kidney tissue never fully recovers. That's why prevention isn't just important, it's everything. But here's the empowering truth. You have more control over your kidney health than you realize. Every glass of water you drink, every walk you take, every home-cooked meal you prepare instead of grabbing processed food, every good night's sleep you get. These small daily choices are either protecting your kidneys or putting them at risk. The choice is yours, and the time is now. Kidney disease doesn't announce itself with pain or obvious symptoms. It works quietly in the background, stealing your kidney function one day at a time until it's too late to reverse the damage. But you can stop this process today. Start with awareness. Look back at the 5 kidney killers we discussed. Which ones apply to your life? Are you drinking enough water throughout the day? Have you been taking NSAIDs regularly for aches and pains? How much processed food are you eating? When was the last time you had your blood pressure and blood sugar checked? Are you getting quality sleep? Then take action. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Pick one area where you can make an immediate improvement. Maybe it's keeping a water bottle beside your chair and taking a sip every few minutes. Maybe it's reading food labels and choosing lower sodium options. Maybe it's taking a 10-minute walk after dinner or going to bed 30 minutes earlier. Small changes, practiced consistently, become powerful transformations. They reduce inflammation, improve circulation, balance hormones, and create the optimal environment for your kidneys to function at their best. And the best part? The habits that protect your kidneys also protect your heart, your brain, and your overall vitality. Your kidneys have been working tirelessly for you since the moment you were born. They've filtered toxins, balanced fluids, and kept you alive without ever asking for thanks or recognition. They've been there through every meal, every medication, every stressful day, and every sleepless night, quietly doing their job to keep you healthy. Now it's your turn to return the favor. Take care of them, protect them, and give them what they need to keep you strong and independent for years to come. Share this information with your loved ones. Kidney disease affects millions, but much of it is completely preventable with the right knowledge and action. Remember, your kidneys can't speak up when they're in trouble, but they're counting on you to make the choices that will keep them healthy. The power is in your hands. Use it wisely, and your kidneys will continue to serve you faithfully for decades to come. Your journey to better kidney health starts with your very next choice. Make it count.